Learn English slowly and clearly. Listen, repeat, and feel the words. Repeat this video every day to improve your English. February 14th, the letter I never sent. February 14th always smelled like roses and regret. People think Valentine's Day is about flowers, chocolate, and perfect love stories. But for me, February 14th became the day I learned what love truly means. Not the Instagram love. Not the movie love. The real one. The kind that breaks you and rebuilds you. I met her on a rainy afternoon in October. She was standing outside a small coffee shop, pretending not to be cold. She didn't have an umbrella. I did. I don't even know why I offered to share it. I wasn't that kind of guy. But something about her eyes made me brave. We walked together for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. And somehow, those 10 minutes changed everything. Her laugh was soft but real. Her voice carried warmth. She talked about books like they were living friends. She said she believed love wasn't something you find, it's something you build. I didn't know it then, but I was already building something in my heart. We started talking every day after that. Morning texts. Late night calls. Random I saw this and thought of you messages. She loved February. She said it felt hopeful. Even winter can't stop love from blooming, she told me once. I used to smile when she said things like that. Because she believed in love with her whole heart. And I believed in her. By December, she knew everything about me. My fears. My dreams. My insecurities I never told anyone else. And she never judged me. When I said I felt lost in life, she said, "Then we'll get lost together." When I said I wasn't enough, she said, "You are more than you think." No one had ever spoken to me like that before. She made me feel chosen. Then January came. And something changed. Not suddenly. Not dramatically. Just slowly. Her messages became shorter. Her voice sounded tired. Her I love you felt softer. Distant. I asked her if something was wrong. She said, "No, I'm just thinking." That answer stayed in my mind for days. On February 10th, she told me she needed space. Not because she didn't love me, but because she was afraid. Afraid of needing someone too much. Afraid of building something she could lose. Afraid of love being temporary. And I didn't know how to fight a fear like that. How do you compete with someone's past pain? February 14th arrived quietly. The world outside was covered in red decorations and heart-shaped balloons. My phone was silent. I had bought her a gift a week before. A simple silver necklace with a tiny heart. Nothing expensive. But meaningful. I had also written her a letter. 6 pages. 6 pages of everything I never knew how to say out loud. I told her that love isn't about guarantees. It's about choosing each other, especially when it's scary. I told her she was the best thing that ever happened to me. I told her I wasn't perfect, but I was willing to try every single day. I told her I loved her. Completely. I waited all morning. Nothing. At 3:17 p.m., my phone lit up. It was her. My heart stopped for a second. Her message was simple. I hope one day we find each other again when we're not so afraid. That was it. No anger. No drama. Just goodbye wrapped in softness. I didn't send the letter. I didn't give her the necklace. I just sat on my bed, holding 6 pages of love that had nowhere to go. And for the first time in my life, I understood something painful. Love is not always about staying. Sometimes, love is about letting go. That night, I walked alone. Every restaurant was full of couples. Every street corner had someone holding flowers. And there I was, carrying a letter no one would read. But as I walked, something shifted inside me. I realized something important. She didn't leave because I wasn't enough. She left because she was still healing. And loving someone doesn't mean you can fix them. It means you respect their journey, even if it leads away from you. It's been 2 years since that February 14th. I still have the letter. I still have the necklace. But I don't feel broken anymore. Because she taught me something beautiful. Love is brave. Even when it ends. Even when it hurts. Even when it's unfinished. And maybe one day, in another February, we will meet again. Not as two scared hearts, but as two people who learned that love isn't something to fear. Until then, every February 14th, I don't celebrate loss. I celebrate the fact that I was once brave enough to love deeply. And that is something no goodbye can ever take away. February 14th, we met again. Her hand was still in mine. Warm. Familiar. Terrifying. We sat there like two people standing at the edge of something fragile. Not a beginning. Not a memory. Something in between. Are we crazy? She asked softly. Probably, I said. But neither of us let go. Outside, it started raining. Of course it did. Like the universe wanted to remind us how this all began, under an umbrella, pretending not to be cold. She noticed it too. Full circle, she whispered. And for a second, we both smiled like we were 20 again. I've changed, she said. Not defensively. Not to convince me. Just honestly. I went to therapy. I learned why I run. Why I panic when things feel too good. She paused. I thought love meant losing control. And I was terrified of needing you. I swallowed hard. You never lost me, I replied. You just lost yourself for a while. Her eyes filled again. But this time, the tears didn't look like regret. They looked like relief. I read your letter 3 times, she admitted. Already? She laughed softly. I didn't want to waste 2 more years. That line hit deeper than anything else. Because that was the real tragedy, not the breakup. The time. Why didn't you move on? She asked carefully. I thought about lying. I didn't. I tried. But no one ever felt like home. The word hung between us. Home. She looked down at our hands again. Then she did something small. She intertwined her fingers with mine. Not loosely. Not unsure. Intentionally. I don't want fireworks, she said. I don't want dramatic love. I don't want fear disguised as passion. She looked up at me. I want peace. I want growth. I want us to choose each other on normal days. Normal days. That's where real love lives. Not in February 14th posts. Not in roses. In Tuesdays. In silence. In grocery stores. In bad moods. The rain got heavier. People ran outside, covering their heads. We stayed seated. Because sometimes love isn't about running toward something. It's about staying. I'm scared, I admitted. Me too. But I don't want fear to decide for us again. She squeezed my hand. Then let's decide. No dramatic speech. No background music. Just 2 people who once let fear win, choosing differently. We walked outside together. The rain hit our faces. Cold. Real. She looked up at the sky, laughing softly. You still don't have an umbrella? I shook my head. She stepped closer. So I guess we'll have to share again. We didn't kiss immediately. We walked. Side by side. Shoulders touching. Breathing in the same rhythm. And then she stopped. Turned to me. Her voice barely above the rain. This time, if it gets hard, promise we talk. Promise we don't disappear. I placed my forehead gently against hers. I promise we stay. And that's when she kissed me. Not desperately. Not dramatically, but slowly. Like something being rebuilt. February 14th didn't give us a perfect love story. It gave us a second chance. And sometimes, that's even more powerful. Years later, when people ask me if I believe in soulmates, I don't talk about destiny. I talk about courage. Because love isn't about finding the right person. It's about becoming ready at the same time. And sometimes, that takes two February 14 THS. February 14th, we met again, part 3. 5 years later. 5 years passed. No dramatic breakups. No disappearing messages. No silent goodbyes. Just life. And life is louder than romance. We learned each other in ways Valentine's Day never shows. She learned that I get quiet when I'm overwhelmed. I learned that she needs reassurance when she feels distant, not space. We fought. Not about betrayal. About dishes. About stress. About fear showing up in new disguises. But this time, we didn't run. The first year back together was careful. The second was hopeful. The third was stable. By the fourth, love stopped feeling like something fragile. It felt rooted. On the 5th February 14th after we reunited, we didn't plan anything big. No fancy restaurant. No dramatic surprise. Just dinner at home. She was cooking pasta. I was pretending to help. Music playing softly in the background. Comfortable. Ordinary. Sacred. Do you ever think about that 1st February? She asked suddenly. I nodded. Yeah. Me too. She turned off the stove and leaned against the counter. If we hadn't broken, do you think we would have survived? That question didn't hurt anymore. It felt mature. I thought about it honestly. No, I said. She smiled softly. Me neither. Because back then, we loved each other. But we didn't know how to love ourselves. And love without self-awareness is just attachment with pretty words. That night, after dinner, we sat on the couch. No phones. No noise. Just quiet. She rested her head on my chest like it was the most natural place in the world. And I realized something powerful. The fireworks didn't disappear. They transformed. Into warmth. Into safety. Into choosing each other on random Thursdays. Thank you for not giving up on me, she whispered. I did give up, I admitted gently. I just found my way back. She looked up at me. And if we ever get lost again? I kissed her forehead. Then we remember we already found our way once. Love isn't proven on February 14th. It's proven on February 15th. And March 3rd. And July 22nd. It's proven when someone sees your worst mood and stays. When fear knocks and you answer together. When leaving feels easier, but staying feels braver. That night, before sleeping, she grabbed my hand in the dark. Half asleep, she whispered. I'm not afraid anymore. And for the first time, neither was I. 5 years later, February 14th isn't dramatic for us. It's quiet. And quiet love? That's the strongest kind.